Hello, my name is Stacy, and I'm going to do my speech on um, importance of social distancing when you're sick. Um, Wanted to talk about um, what I have here. Um, I just want to start out with saying or asking this question, like, how have you ever went out into the community to do your basic shopping needs or just to get out of the house, just to feel like you're coming down with something days later, and it's probably because someone didn't follow safety guidelines on what should have been done if they did or didn't feel very well. um, Social distancing is a very important issue these days because with this whole coronavirus pandemic in the world, this shouldn't have been the start of social distancing at all. Social distancing is just more than staying 6 feet apart. You are taking consideration of others than yourself and the whole community's health. Um, the problem is people within the community need to be more educated and taught on what social distancing is and how, if you just ignore it, can cause other problems, not only for themselves but out in public as well, or in the community. The needs of following protocol of social distancing are very serious, especially with people who have underlying health conditions. Staying 6 feet apart in public, staying away from bigger groups, do not gather in crowded places. Basically, just using your common sense and following the health guidelines of social distancing. The need to set out good examples or educate more heavily is another issue everyone should be in on. Taking this issue very seriously can cause less sicknesses in communities all over the world. It's also very important to take care of your health and hygiene on a daily basis. I believe that is very important. I think that everyone might better reflect and act as Albert Einstein once said before. And I want to quote what he said, and I thought it was very interesting because of this whole pandemic that's been going on, or this whole social distancing issue. Albert Einstein has said, "Strange is our situation here upon the earth. Each of us comes for a short visit, not knowing why, yet sometimes seeming to a divine purpose, that we are here for the sake of other men, above all for those upon whose smile and well-being our happiness depends, for the countless unknown souls with whose fate we are connected." I just thought that was very interesting and kind of connecting to this whole social distancing that's been going on everywhere. I just thought it was very relatable. Um, Creating a group within your community is very helpful and useful, especially when there isn't very many people who like to follow guidelines or think it's very helpful in their mind. Um, Even if some people aren't ready to fully commit to staying home, I believe that you should always give your thoughts and opinions to them, to let them know that there are ways to prevent spreading or catching any sicknesses when they are out in public. I believe if you do communicate very heavily with others, I believe it could be very well sunk into their mindsets, and realize that, hey, this is something that is very serious. How can you talk to people who are not taking public health guidelines very seriously? One is to maybe talk to them about medical institutions or doctors who have um, who are very advising. It seems to work better when people listen to others who know more than yourself, or just coming from someone who's an expert at all of what is possibly going on. Another would be to make, your messages to or within the community more positive. Like explain, like this will be an opportunity to do something creative and useful at home, especially with your family and friends. The elderly could get into something more, maybe of a new habit or something, just a hobby or just something more different. Another one would be to maybe make it more personal. I believe people listen better when they hear, think about your grandkids, your parents, your own kids, thoughts like that. I believe people will listen better. There are a lot of ways to come up with positive solutions or ideas to get what you're trying to say across in communities or just in general. Step up on your hand washing when returning home from your daily activities, grocery shopping, or even before you eat, wash your hands. It is so simple and common sense to always do these simple things. I just think it starts out with everyone being trustworthy of one another and listening to each other and following health guidelines. And maybe there wouldn't be so much to worry about. Example with this whole pandemic that's going on. It is so simple to follow guidelines and to remain social distant. It's very helpful. Just think of others other than yourself. It's very important. I believe social distancing is a very serious, important topic. And this was my speech. Thank you.